What's up guys, welcome back. It's A-Game again, and today I'm going to be talking about the next episode. This next episode is going to be called the top 5 Final Fantasy Heroes characters in gaming. Now basically these characters, they went through hell and back, saving their worlds, keeping the people safe so that they can live, the characters themselves can live, and they had to fight off certain death and destruction to prevent all this. And the thing about this video I'm going to be doing is I've taken 2 Final Fantasy characters from the same game and I put them into this countdown. Now I really tried to avoid that. I had other Final Fantasy characters in mind that I wanted to do, but since I didn't have the files and I could not make footage out of it, I couldn't do it. So I want to let you guys know I apologize for that. So without further delay, let's get down to the top 5 Final Fantasy characters in gaming. Number 5. Barret Wallace. Now Barret is from Final Fantasy VII. He is the one responsible for creating the resistance group, Avalanche, and his purpose for this is to go to all Mako reactors, destroy them because they are sucking the very life of the planet that they live in. And the ones responsible for this is the Shinra Company. He and the group become so infamous for what they did, they end up being on the news. And it is around this time that he meets Cloud, and the two butt heads quite often in the beginning of the game. He is a bit tempered, he can be impatient, but he is a proud, loving father. His goal is also to stop the Shinra Company from killing off the planet. But not only does he have to worry about the Shinra Company, but also Sephiroth, the game's antagonist. Shucks! Money! He succeeds in stopping the Shinra Company in conjunction of blowing up all the Mako reactors, reserving the planet and its inhibitors, and helping stop Sephiroth. And so this is why he earns the number 5 spot. Number 4. Erba Yun Fang. Fang is a former resident of Grand Pulse, a world inhabited by hellish creatures. Never underestimate her, as you'll see her later in this 4th countdown. Fang puts herself in front of the line before Daisley so that she can save Cocoon's world and Pulse's world, but at the cost of the lives of all her friends. She is calm in situations, stays positive no matter how hard things get, and like I said before, she is willing to sacrifice.
Salvation is born of sacrifice, miracles of misery from shattered shards.
So even after she transformed into this form, it was incomplete, and this resulted in Daisley hurting her. Lightning came to the rescue, saved Fang, and they combated Daisley, then Orphan. After Orphan was killed, Fang and this time Vanille transformed into the Ragnarok monster, and again they prevented Cocoon from being crashed into collision with Pulse, to where they both crystallized themselves, and this is why Fang gets the number 4 spot.
And achieve the impossible.
Number 3. Ashalia Banargan Dalmasca, or Lady Ashe for short. Not long after her ceremony and marriage, Lady Ashe's empire was invaded by the House of Soldor. Vayne Soldor was a power-hungry emperor, and he was the reason for the war, thus resulting in the death of her husband. Asshole.
Blessings of the Great Father descend, and guide your bodies return to the earth. Great Father, guide your spirits return to the mother of all.
What makes her heroic is that she took the courage to stand up in front of the armies of Dalmasca, and she chose to wage war back with the Arcadian Empire. She wanted to restore Ivalice back to peace. Why in the hell was she not the main protagonist in the game? Did it really have to be Vaughn? Why Vaughn? She became vengeful for the right reasons, to take back what was hers. She was the heir to her father's throne. She was a leader that was part of a resistance group in order to throw out the House of Salador and its empire.
I must be strong.
The Lady Ash, thank the gods you live.
I confirm with Judge Magister Cabran.
She was even offered Nethicite to make her an all-powerful Dynast Queen, and she could have easily disposed of Salador, but she didn't want to do that. She learned that the Acuria were the ones manipulating the events and even Salador. And after the war was over, she became Queen of Dalmasca, and this is why this makes her heroic at number 3.
We are free.
Number 2. Snowvilliers. Where do I start? Snow and Fang are my favorites from the Final Fantasy XIII cast next to Lightning.
Heroes don't run from fights.
Snow has an upbeat personality, and that's what I like about him. He knows he has a mission to fulfill. Much like Final Fantasy VII's Barret and Final Fantasy XII's Ash, Snow also forms a resistance called Nora. Their purpose to this was to rebel against the Sanctum, their government, and who also run Cocoon. The Sanctum kills innocent people by sending them to the world below, the hellish world of Grand Pulse. But that's where Snow steps in. Not only for the people, but also for his fiancée Sarah. She was crystallized and kept by the Sanctum.
Show 'em how it's done! Cool 'em off! Way to go! Sarah! No!
And even though things got hard for him, let alone Lightning not wanting to get along with him, he remained optimistic. Like Lightning, Fang, and all the others, he too had to fight against Daisley and Orphan. And when they killed Daisley and Orphan, Snow, as being part of the team, helped save Cocoon and its people, and subsequently reunited with Sarah. And so this is why he earns the number 2 spot.
All right!
And for number 1, Auron from Final Fantasy X. He is one of the most badasses of the badasses. I picked Auron because he put his life on the line twice just to save his world. The first journey was with Tidus' father, and then Yuna's father, Lord Braska. Now, spoilers ahead. Turn this off if you don't want to know, okay? When Auron first assisted Lord Braska on their first pilgrimage to stop Sin, before he reached Sin, he fought and was killed by Yunalesca because she required one of them to become the final Aeon in order to defeat Sin. But then at the same time, one of them would have to become the new Sin. So, Auron is a Walking Dead guy, a cool one. Not only was he a guardian for Braska, but for Yuna too. As being Yuna's guardian, he finally puts a permanent end to Sin, saves Spira, and gets sent off to the far plane so that he can live in peace, and or should I say, rest in peace. And this is why he earns the number 1 spot.
You are sure? This is it.
Alright guys, that concludes this video. Now I really hope you enjoyed it. Now if there's anything that you agree with me or disagree, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that like button. That also helps me out with my channel. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.